Hey everyone, I'm Jake the Atheist, here in yet another backdrop. Eventually I'll figure out what environment and what angle I want to shoot my videos from, but today might not be that day. I'm back with another video after spending almost the past 2 weeks staring in shock at my computer screen as the last video I uploaded kind of exploded, and my channel did a little bit as well, if you haven't noticed. When I uploaded it, I think I had like maybe 6 subscribers, and I was really trying to reach, and I was really hoping for maybe like 25. And yeah, there's I don't know what happened, but that number is a lot higher than I ever hoped it would be after just 3 videos on this channel. I just want to thank Ethan Michael of Your Friendly Neighborhood Atheist and Beelzebub for both kind of reaching out on Twitter and helping spread the word about my channel, and just plugging me and giving me shout outs. I even interviewed with Beelzebub on his channel. We talked for about an hour about a little bit more about my backstory and all different kinds of stuff, and that was really fun, and it's just been really exciting to meet a lot more people in the atheist community. Yeah, just thank you everyone, and I don't know what to say, but I'll probably keep saying it every video from now on. I guess with that out of the way, let's head on over here for the actual video. Alrighty, I suppose you're wondering why I called this video. What are we doing? So a couple of days ago, I heard about a survey going around by the University of California, Santa Barbara. Had to check that one again. It's called the Secular Communities Survey, and basically they're looking into kind of atheist, secular, non-believers, unaffiliated, that whole group of people, and essentially trying to understand more about us, because, you know, if you've spent any amount of time in the atheist community or that kind of relative circle of people, you know that we can believe a lot of wildly different things. I wanted to, I guess, go through it and kind of show you guys what kind of information they're gathering and what my responses are to this survey, because it's really important to get this kind of information about our group. I think the latest statistics, we make up between 20 to like 26% of the country now, which is good, and those numbers are going up, which is great news. But it's still a kind of a misunderstood or a very minimally understood group of people, and these surveys like this are really important to kind of let the nerds know what it's like to be an atheist. So I wanted to kind of tell you guys about that, and I guess go through some of the questions and I guess give my answers, and you guys can maybe learn a little bit more about me, and I guess see what it's like. I'm sure you've all taken surveys before, so it's not going to be super interesting, but this is something that I feel is going to be really important, and surveys like this into kind of understanding and helping the rest of the country understand our demographic. So if you live in the United States and you fit the eligibilities, check out the link that I'm going to have in the description for this video and consider filling it out yourself. But yeah, with that said, let's jump into this part of the video where I fill in my answers and you judge me for being different than you. All right, we are recording full screen now. All right, so this is the first page here. I think this is just the disclaimer stuff. Participation is entirely voluntary. Survey should take approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Not bad. Okay, it's an anonymous, confidential survey. All right, let's get started. What is your present religion, if any? Please check all that apply. Agnostic atheist. Thinking about when you were a child, in what religions were you raised, if any? Please check all that apply. Protestant Christian, that's me. What denomination? Yeah, Pentecostal. Here we go. Assemblies of God. Look at that. They know me so well. Have you left or deconverted from any religions other than the religions in which you were raised? other than the religions in which... No? No? Do you miss anything about being religious? I think there are some things about being religious that I miss. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna check yes. Yeah. Okay. What do you miss about being religious? Oh, I'm gonna have to type stuff. What am I trying to say? It was so easy to make friends in church. I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was a kid, but maybe because my younger brother just made all the friends, and then I just kind of hung around and just became friends with his friends. I don't know exactly what it was about that, but it felt like it was a lot easier to, I guess, get along with people who all believed and thought the same as you. And to some extent that exists within the atheist community as well. I think my perspective right now might be a little bit clouded by COVID and the pandemic, and I haven't really been able to get out and join any groups in my area or go to any conferences or anything like that. So I'm sure that community exists for atheists. I'm just, until I can get out and actually get involved, that's probably the biggest thing that I'm missing right now. The free food was also a plus. All right, next question. Which of the following describes your current relationship with religion? I'm not religious. Can I be anti and indifferent? It kind of depends on the religion for me, honestly. Some religions I'm like, yeah, we can do without that. And some I'm like, that's whatever, bro, I'll go with it. All right, which of the following do you associate with religion? Please check all that apply. Morals? Not so much anymore. Ignorance? Maybe to an extent. Charity? Yeah, I'll give them charity. Community? Yeah. Values? Sure. I mean, yeah, they value things. Is that what values are? I hope I got that right. Wisdom? Nah. Tradition? For sure. Politics? Yes. Social justice? I feel like they relate to the party with that one. All right. I think we got them. Does that look good? Who cares? I'm the one taking the survey. All right. How much do you agree or disagree with the following statements? Spirituality is important to me. Strong disagree. Religious diversity has been good for America. I would say I agree. I think we need more of that, honestly. It's too many Christian nationalists, If we had a little bit more religious diversity, I think maybe they would get the picture. The world would be better without religion. I would say for the most part, yes. Yes. Agree. Humans do not possess free will. Oh man, oh my god. Okay, what do I do here? I haven't had time to look into this. I was told, humans have free will growing up, but I've heard a lot more about different theories kind of competing with that. And I honestly am right in the middle. I don't know what, I gotta look into that more. I am not totally sure. Humans do not. I would say maybe have to lean towards slightly agree. Which of the following statements best describes your beliefs about reality? Only the material world is real. Only the spiritual world is real. The material and spiritual world are both real. I don't really think about it. I don't know who in the world is clicking only the spiritual world is real. Yeah, I'm going with material right there. All right, moving on. In your own words, how would you describe your religious beliefs, your spirituality, or your lack of both? I would say I do not know whether or not a God exists. Therefore, I choose not to believe in any until convincing evidence can be presented. I'm going to go with that one. Have you ever participated in a secular wedding, secular memorial service, or other secular ceremony or ritual? Yes, my wedding. It was great. 10 out of 10 would do it again. Wait, how much do you agree or disagree with the following statements? The word The words under God in the Pledge of Allegiance violate the separation of church and state and should be removed. Yes. I'm a big fan of Andrew Seidel. And that's all I have to say about that. And that's all you need to know. Which of the following terms, if any, do you identify with? Please check all that apply. Empiricist, pantheist, religious humanist, secular, yes, physicalist. What does that mean? Does that mean like you believe in stuff, real stuff? You just say this is stuff and it's stuff? Physicalism is the philosophical position that everything which exists is no more extensive than its physical properties, and that the only existing substance is physical. Gotcha. So yes, real stuff is real stuff. Sure. Ethical humanist? Yes. Freethinker? Yes. Metaphysical? Nah. Pagan or neo-pagan? Nah. Secular humanist? Yes. Naturalist? Is that like when you like go out and like look at bugs and stuff? Because that sounds cool. Is there anything else you think is important to understand about being not religious? I can't think of anything. Probably because I've been recording for like half an hour and I've been staring at this bright white screen for half an hour and my mind is blank. Couldn't leave it blank. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Okay, nice. Looks like we got this finished up. Like I said, I'll leave the link to this survey in the description. If you have a 15 to 20 minutes, go ahead and hit that and fill it out, and I guess help these researchers understand more about atheists and the secular community, and it'll do a lot of good. Feel free to comment any of your answers, or just let me know if you filled it out or not, because I think the more people we can get to jump in and help out with this project, the better. So yeah, see you next time. Still don't have an outro, so I'm just gonna go, okay?